All right. Everything just about is up and going. I think everything is live. I think YouTube's live. All right, we're good. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here, just getting my bike cardio in. I've already done a little bit of abs today. Did a 5.3 mile run. Uh, had a record 5K time in there so far. That's going to keep improving. I'm definitely going to set some goals with that. I think short term, I want to get to where all my runs, I start hitting, 5K in 25 minutes is kind of a good fitness goal. And to do that almost every day if possible, or at least 5 days a week would be really nice if weather permits. In addition to all the other stuff with the dad bod strength standard, I think it's something I want to keep working on, So I feel like when I give that dad bod strength standard, I don't mean off and on. I mean, kind of like something you should hit every week, um, would be, every week hit a 315, 405, 500 deadlift, right? Run a 5K in 25 minutes or less every week, right? These need to be our all around goals that we hit all the time. Be able to just do 10 pull-ups. I could do way more than 10, by the way. I did 100 pull-ups last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday each. Then I realized I don't need to be doing all that. It's just not good. If I want those biceps to fully recover, so like an overhead press, again, I'm not going to go crazy on pull-ups. I'm going to do my 3 sets of neutral or pronated grip weighted every workout and leave them alone the other 4 days. But yeah, want to get this cardio session done, burn through a few more calories and everything before we eat. So again, goal is to continue to lose body fat, gain muscle, improve my fitness. The scale should be drifting back down soon here, especially now that I'm getting out sweating on those runs. I'm surprised it didn't whoosh today. I checked it. I'm surprised it didn't drop under 210. I thought it was going to, but it's okay. Give it another week. But I feel like I'm definitely getting leaner there. I need to shave my face this morning. I did the head yesterday. I didn't shave my face yet this morning. Sorry, I got all the scuffy gray. But yeah, hopefully we get some good solid streams here, some good questions. What do we have? Nothing in Facebook yet. Nobody in YouTube yet, but give them a moment. Let me go ahead and put that in the community tab on YouTube. That really picked it up yesterday. It was a little slow. But then we did community tab posts, and that seemed to have really picked it up and got it in people's feeds. So let's do that now. All right. And see if that picks it up. Right. Because that really made it pick up immediately yesterday. And then I just deleted the post after. So let's see if that gets it done. That may help. That tends to help with that. And because we got a nice, good turnout yesterday. It was pretty decent, I think. The run was good. Like the views were really high on the run this morning. I saw the statistics at the end. It still hasn't even caught up on the watch page yet. Yeah. So I also got the Facebook profile going here. So we're triple dipping for now. And usually once people see the Facebook, they tend to come over to the YouTube too and vice versa. So that kind of gives me the stream back and forth. Once everyone sees it kind of hitting, usually in a good place there. Sure the mic is good. But yeah. So that's probably enough for the profile. We just need the reel. It's not giving me my reels that I want. So I needed to kick those in and count them. But and then we did a community. There we go, the first like. As soon as those likes hit, we're usually in a good place after that. That'll put us in a good spot. There we go. How you doing, Peppermint? Once Peppermint's in here, we're good. There we go. Now the views are kicking up. As soon as Peppermint comes in and likes, she's kind of like the little Lucky Charm. First like was you. And as soon as you hit like, then views started coming in, more likes started coming in. So I think we're good there, right? And then the same thing has happened on Facebook. Seeing some of the regulars here, they come over to Facebook and then it kicks off everyone into that algorithm, right? But yeah, good run this morning. My 5K times are up. My run mile was up. Everything was up, right? Everything was up. My average run time is down 2 minutes already per mile. as of the last few days. I don't know if people caught that yet. I was looking this time, I just refreshed your page and you were live. There we go. Awesome. What's up, Coach? One of the best things about adding some healthy fats back in is that I get daily peanut butter and banana sandwich. Dude, that's good stuff, right? That's good stuff. If people want to send me more protein, though, I got, if you guys saw the thing, someone sent me the peanut butter protein. Oh, that's going to be so good. Right now, I just need someone to get me one of the chocolate chip ones, the mint chocolate chip for cookies and cream to just really balance it out. Right, that'd be nice. But yeah, I've got the Amazon wish list up. I think someone reminded me, hey, that I had running shoes still in there. I took them off. I don't want running shoes. I'm not going to run with shoes. So even if someone buys me a pair, so I'll do some walking shoes in, a couple in, just because some people do have said, hey, I had someone say they were going to buy me some shoes a while back. Who's, sent other donations. I'm like, okay, so I'll do some stuff in. With the running, do you just try to beat your time from previous sessions? Matt, I'm not even actively trying. I'm just improving the run. So my goal is I want to see an improvement, and it's literally happening. So my last 4 1-hour runs, my time's improved every single time. Every single time I've done it, my average mile time has gone down for the past week, and my 5K time has PR'd in the middle of it. So it's just happening by default. Just by me running and getting in better and better shape running, I'm seeing progressive overload in terms of the run times. It's just happening automatically with making no effort. Right? We just get better at running. Hey, Coach, quick hypothetical for you. If you're doing time in a 4x8 cell with no equipment, be your top 3 body. I have no idea, man. No idea. How's your knee? Dude, my knees are fine. I'm running barefoot though. Keep in mind that's easier on your knees, right? I don't have shoes, so knees actually are way, way better. So that's one of the big reasons I chose that, because I don't want my knees beat up. That's another good reason. Now my calves get beat to hell. Like the calf pumps and the calf DOMs for the first week were almost unbearable. Like the calf DOMs every day when I was waking up were borderline crippling for a few days, but we worked through it. But the knees have been perfectly fine. I saw a post of Greek yogurt with walnuts. Was that honey? Yeah, I do a raw local honey just for help with a little bit of allergies, especially with me running outside. And yeah, so we always want to make sure that's mixed. And I don't really do pickle juice. I don't want to add too much extra salt at this point. Trying to keep it reasonable. I'm doing soy sauce though. I mean, my electrolytes are really high by stock. I probably do 8+ grams of potassium a day. But yeah, so I put a little bit of honey with the Greek yogurt and walnuts and a little peanut butter and all that. Peppermint says endurance builds fast, especially when you just restart. Remember when I was, yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, tell them, man, hit that like button. Why are we not getting them likes? All right, why are we not getting those likes, guys? No comments on Facebook yet. I need to comment on my own Facebook. That'll help. Yeah, it's right there in my stream. That'll kick it off. So, tell them, Peppermint, get them likes up. Matt said, got to add the honey in with the fiber, or it's a honey and oats or something. It works with the nuts and the other stuff too. Yeah, but I've got a little peanut butter in there, but you're right. So what you want is a lot of fiber beforehand. So either you want it to soak in directly, or if you eat a really high fiber meal first, you're good. So in my case, Matt, all my food is within a 4-hour feed window. I ate all that brown rice and avocados and sweet potato before that. So I already had a really large amount of fiber that's in my gut. So the honey can't get around it. Makes sense? So once honey mixes with fiber, now we have a really good prebiotic, and you're not going to have a bunch of fructose at the bloodstream, because the fiber is going to soak it up. It's going to carry it to the gut. Your gut loves it, Yeah, muscle memory is great. So is even running. Carol, appreciate it, man. Carol, I'm also on Facebook. If you'll come through and have a brother out. You know, yeah, muscle memory is great, but running isn't really true muscle memory per se, but humans build endurance super, super fast. Like it's not even comparable. Like we gain endurance at 20 times the rate that we gain strength as a species when we train. Maybe even more than 20. I could be underplaying it, right? In other words, you can triple your endurance within a matter of months, a couple of months, easily. Sometimes a matter of weeks. No one ever triples their strength in 3 or 4 weeks, right? None of you came in and said, hey, my max deadlift was 150 the first day working out and hit a 450 a month later, right? That doesn't happen. But your running will do that. Honey and Greek yogurt for the oatmeal is money, dude. That's a good combo, Carol. That's a really good combo, right? High quality protein, calcium, magnesium, B12, quality fiber, carbs, prebiotic, antioxidants. That's a good combo, and it's delicious. And tell me that doesn't taste just as good as junk food, right? Strength is so slow on the other hand. It takes years to gain the same strength and endurance you can gain in 2 months. It takes years to gain the strength you gain in 3 weeks, or the endurance you gain in 3 weeks equivalent. We're an endurance-based species. People forget this. Like strength is hard, endurance is easy. You literally see obese people successfully run marathons, right? What's up, Paul? How you doing? We got Paul, which Paul's been very compliant on his diet adherence check-ins. Everyone give Paul some credit there. He's been very consistent this week on his diet adherence. Sorry, man, I'm going to have the whole chat give you some props. All right. There you go. Well done, Paul. All right. He's been pretty on point with calories. He was like 200 over on one day, but he had a good reason. But he was a little under on some others, so it all balanced out. He's still probably in a deficit with that 200. So I'm half a watermelon lesson. There you go. Good morning, Gustav. How you doing, bro? All right. King Dale Clark. Hello, Jason. What's up, King Dale? Definitely having a troll storm. By the way, I've removed most of the block list, but I am going to put people in timeout. And these, I'm going to put them in timeout if they get out of line. Right? Well, I unblocked like 500 people. Like I just ran down. You can't delete the whole list. It lets you. I had to delete the list 20 times, and it's still going to leave some people in there. But I figure it's just good at this point. I manage it really well, and I don't care about them during the run streams. They just literally make money. Like my run, like yesterday, the one this morning had the highest views a run it's had. Like pretty much just allowing that. That's right, White Coach. You must be feeling pretty good about your fitness is going good. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting better and better run times every run. Every one of those roughly hour runs, my average mile time is improved. My 5K in the middle of it PR'd. Like, so a goal I have is I want every run to do a 5K in 25 minutes or less. And if I can get to that, that means my post-workout runs can be 5K because I'm coming up a little short. Like if I do a 30-minute run, I'm still a hair under 5K, but it's hard to run after I lift. You know, I mean, it's hard. It's okay. I'm sounding like a bitch. All right. It's a little more difficult. Like I can't maintain the same endurance after squatting and deadlifting heavy. Almost 3 days a week, it's a little harder to get in and run. So those 25, 30-minute runs are like all I have. but I want to get those to where they're in the 5K range. So hit a 5K after I lift every workout, or at least if weather permits, would be really nice. But yeah, today was pretty good. I averaged like a 10-minute mile today for the whole hour. So I'm pretty happy with that. And had a really good workout yesterday. I mean, we did rep work with 315 on the bench, 500 on the deadlift. I'm still at 210 stuff. It's going to come down real soon. Yeah, but I'm putting in an hour on all 4 non-lifting days at this point. I've done it all 4 of them this week. And then we do about 26, 30 minutes or whatever post-workout and workout days. But then I come and do this bike after later. So we already ran. We had a good run this morning. We got over 5 miles, well over 5 miles in less than an hour. So, and that's going to keep improving. Eventually that's going to drop to 9-minute miles, eventually 8-minute miles. And I'll be really happy with that. So that's going to be kind of a goal too. Can I run for an hour and average 8-minute mile for an hour? I think for a 200-pound guy, almost 50, I think that's decent. I mean, it's not like the greatest runner in the world, but I think it's respectable if I can get to that. It's just pretty decent. But I also am trying to really focus on getting that overhead strength back. I want to be able to live on overhead pressing like I used to. I used to do all types of overhead pressing every workout. I want to get back to that. I want to get back to a 225 strict press. But I want to be able to clean it off the floor and just straight up strict press it. But I've got to get that range of motion restored. So that's a high priority too. And then all the beltless training, like we're squatting and deadlifting all beltless again. So I would love to get back to a 500 beltless squat with no belt. I think would be, nice to reach for. And we're just going to get leaner doing all this, because I do all this fasted, dude. Even now, I did that run, we're doing this cardio. I haven't had breakfast yet. I haven't even started my Instapot yet for breakfast. Federico says, Coach, yesterday I did lunges after a long time doing just squats, big soreness, and good one in my glutes. I'm adding them for sure. Hey, man, if you enjoy them and they work for you, keep doing them. I can fortunately get by on just squats, but a lot of people do need the extra work. And I think lunges are a good exercise. The thing I said on the live stream probably not interest you is that people say barefoot running, walking makes one feel connected to the earth if you like. Yeah, I don't know that I believe in that. But, if they enjoy, here's the thing though. Are they getting a positive mental outcome from it? Even if something's a little airy-fairy and I don't believe in it, are you getting a positive mental outcome from it? Is it motivating you to do better? Then does it really matter if it's true or not? At that point, it's not hurting you. It's not hurting anyone else. And it's giving you positive motivation to do better. Well, I can't hate that. I can't hate on that. I mean, I could, but I'd be a piece of shit. All right, Caveman Lewis says, morning, Coach. Good morning, Caveman. Carol says, I cut off arm isolation. I don't see any arm size difference, right? Coach, do you any foam rolling for post? I have a foam roller. I haven't used it. I did roll my upper back a couple weeks ago once. I have a foam roller. I just very rarely use it anymore for anything. Yep, I know you're on a high right now, brother. Feeling good, but I know that you take it in your stride. The highs and the lows are part of the game. They are part of the game. They're part of the game, and we just run with it. Hello, Lionel. How you doing, man? He's over in the Facebook saying hola. I don't speak much Spanish, Lionel. I can't really read it, but I guess I can say buenos dias, mi amigo. Yeah, I can at least give you that much, bro. My Spanish is horrible. It was buenos dias instead of buenos tardes. but I can understand enough of it to get by. Frederico, coach, I saw you doing some one-arm shoulder presses. You getting back up to doing overheads? Yeah, that's the goal, man. Like I want to be able to do, like Carol's saying there, I want to get back to a 225 strict press again. I want to be able to clean and straight up strict press 225 again. Now I don't have the range of motion to do it, but I feel like those one-arm presses are getting me moving in the direction, because I can at least manipulate the angles to find a spot where I can get higher up. So we have to just keep working it while I let the bicep inflammation go away. So no chin-ups, no curls, only pull-ups. And I'm only going to do them on the main workout days now. I can hammer triceps anyways with all the pressing, the bigger arms. And I don't know that I even need to do the band stuff, honestly. It's enough pressing. It's a lot. And like Carol said, you ever seen anyone strict press 225 that doesn't have big triceps? Probably not. Particularly if it's a closer grip, you're going to have triceps. I mean, how much of the tricep I had in those pictures, like the green screen one on there, like your triceps are really big there. I was only doing pressing, but I was also doing reps with 205 on the overhead press. I hadn't been hitting maxes, so I didn't even know what my max was at that time. But I have footage of me doing rep work with 205, 185, stuff like that pretty regularly. Dumbbell presses, overhead, everything. Clean and push press, strict press. I was doing overhead work pretty heavy every single workout. Plus some weighted dips. Yeah. Right. But he is right. I mean, you ever seen anyone strict press, especially closer grip at all, 2 plates aside who doesn't have triceps? I think it's not going to happen. You won't be able to lock it. And we're talking relative. We're not talking about oiled up triceps that you guys have been side shooting. That's for too many people, that's become what they're seeing as the standard. It's, oh, that's big triceps. I'm like, dude, they're pinning their triceps. I'm talking guys who aren't putting anything in it, just muscle tissue, right? And that's a lot of the problems we have, though, with people's perceptions of a muscle. There's so much side enhancement that people are not understanding how to recognize it. Like, even when I call GBS out on it, I'm like, dude, you can literally see it. Right? Anyone with a trained eye instantaneously sees it. Like, it's not even like you have to look for it. You know, that's the thing with a lot of it. A lot of times the side enhancement's enough, where guys are side pinning their gear, that you don't have to look for it. You're not over here inspecting, saying, aha. It's like as soon as you see them, you're like, yeah, there it is. You're not looking, it just pops, you just stands out. It's like you can't miss it. You know, you're about as likely to miss it as you are a dip slip somewhere. You know? It just kind of stands out. Right. So I don't know why the dudes even try to deny it. Like, we can all see it, dude. We all know when dudes are pinning their delts. We all know when they're pinning their triceps. Like, it's really obvious. Again, it's not like, dudes are acting like, oh, you inspecting. It's like, I'm not. Like, I literally see it without looking. It's just automatic. Oh, there it is. You know, it stands out. And you see it a lot on social media. All right, we haven't had any comments in a couple of minutes, man. Let's get those comments flowing here on the YouTube. That's what gets it into people's feeds again. Get these views out. Of course, I have philosophical views. People get upset when I say stuff like, if supplements actually work, you wouldn't be natty if you took them. So, it's kind of like, that pisses people off. They're like, how can you compare that? Because if you really and truly believe that a supplement helps you build muscle, it's chemical enhancement. It doesn't, let's be clear, you're still technically natty because they don't work. All right, let's be clear. You're natty because they don't actually work. If they work, you wouldn't be natty. But it also begs the question of, why would a person take a supplement who claims they want to be natty, but they take a supplement that they believe helped them gain 5 pounds of muscle? Okay, let's ask that question, because I think 5 pounds of keepable muscle is pretty reasonable for a first steroid cycle, right? Right, we all agree, right? Everyone, gain 5 pounds of true lean muscle tissue that you keep after the cycle is a pretty decent first cycle. It's a successful cycle. So if you really believe that a supplement can give you 5 pounds of muscle, you don't want to be natty. So the only argument is, then they have, well, I can buy it over the counter. So if they sold Anavar over the counter legally, you just take Anavar. So just admit it. So I don't see the difference in the logic. So in other words, when a person takes a supplement that they actually believe is really helping them build significant muscle, but they claim they want to be natty, my response is, if the supplement store started selling Anavar legally and you couldn't get in trouble and they could just sell it to you at the same price, you would just take Anavar. Like, don't lie about it, just admit it. Bill Sue says, what do you think about the super squat program in novice intermediate lifters, just 20 rep squats in general? I think it can be effective. Okay, Bill Cephas, did this program produce results? Historically, did the super squats programs, because there were several of them, but definitely there's the breathing squat one, if you like, then you do pullovers after. Did it produce results? Do you personally know people who gained a fair amount of muscle and strength doing it? I personally know people who did. I did. That's the sort of training I did my first year. I got up to a 405 squat doing that stuff within 2 years of lifting. So it obviously works. It's very fatiguing and it's not for everybody. That's the problem. Like, breathing squats are hard. Like, you're going to get tired of them real quick. But does it work? I've seen it work in dozens of people. I kind of come from a part of the country where that sort of training was normal for younger guys during my generation because it came out of football and stuff. I saw a lot of it firsthand. Lots of dudes trained that way when I was young and got good results. How can I lift with a mid-back cramp? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with your back, Dingleberry. Get your back in better shape, though. Do some reverse hypers, do some high rep banded good mornings, do some high rep good mornings. Get your low back stronger and recovered so this doesn't happen. Or is this caused by drugs? Is it your gear stack causing, or is it just happening due to a weak back, weak abs? Tell them, keep hitting that light pepper, man. Get them lights. The lights are getting pretty good in this one. Views are a little low, but the likes are coming up, so it might keep picking up. Right? I'm hoping. We're hoping. And we're praying. Right? You said the run likes were really good this morning. It might be, we'll see how it turns out after it processes everything, but it might be my best run view so far. Tell Dingleberry, hit that like button. I answered your question. We didn't see the likes pop up since you came in here. All right. Get on in, Peppermint. Scott says, Jason, you inspired me to start doing some cardio outdoors. We think we need about health, not just look. We need to think about health. I agree, Scott. I'm glad I'm inspiring you to do so, man, because it is more than just our gains in the gym. We have to be healthy. We need to be fit. You know, look, this is the way I would put it, guys. If you're having heart attacks, are you going to keep making gains? This is the thing we're going to talk about with the health end. If you guys talk about their gains. Once you have your first heart attack, what do you think is going to happen to your gym gains? So when people don't want to do cardio, they don't want to eat healthy, when literally it could be the difference between having a heart attack or not. If they just avoided the heart attack, how much more gains are they going to keep making for years? How much of their gains are they going to keep? It's going to be a lot better. So even let's talk purely about gains. Power walking helps. It's a good start, Scott. Definitely, power walking is definitely better than not walking. Thank you for your answer. Squats are something I rarely see one in my area doing, let alone high rep squats. I've been playing around with 20 rep sets when I'm still a novice, I'd say. Just remember, the super squats isn't 20 rep sets. It's your 10 to 12 rep max. Okay? Rest pausing all the way to try to get to 20 reps. So you get to like 10 and then you're sometimes taking 5 or 6 seconds between reps. So if you're talking super squats, you're talking widowmakers. Like that was normal when I was coming up. The dudes all did that at least once a week. It was really common. I used to do it once a week. And then other stuff with it. And like I said, it helped me get to a 405, get under 200 pounds as a young man. So I get annoyed. I get people who are like, I had somebody that the other day, they're like, but you use gear. You can't set these standards. I'm like, dude, I hit all those standards as a natural. All right. Every one of those strength standards that I put out for the dad bod, I did in my 20s completely clean. So no, I don't think they're unreasonable. If you guys have been lifting for 10 plus years with progressive overload, and I did every one of those things at under 200 pounds natural in my early 20s, mid 20s or whatever. No, I don't think it's unreasonable. Unless people want to claim that Blaha has superior genetics. So make up your mind, guys. I don't think that I am a genetic freak at all. So, just saying. But back over to the point was he goes, yeah, I mean, get in and do them, dude. Why aren't the guys squatting in your area? What's wrong with them? Are they lazy? You need to inspire them to do better. Maybe they'll see you putting in the work and making gains, and they'll do better. We'll see this. Maybe that'll happen. Your anatomy is very interesting, like your build. I do have the big rib cage and the wide collarbone. Like people did think that I lifted before I lifted, to be fair. Like even as a teenager. Oh. Like if I saw your DEXA scan, I would be able to see the body every night. I mean, I have DEXA scans, Dingle. I've published DEXA scan. I had 3 of them years ago in the same year. Put them up. Which was interesting. My bone density was interesting. The other thing that people caught, they're like, Coach, you have a 27 fat-free mass index. That got pointed out. At 17% body fat at the time. I had a 27 FFMI. The other thing that was also indicative, and I like, is that it showed my visceral fat was nearly non-existent. So again, people who are like, you abuse tons of drugs. It's like, then you see my visceral fat. It's like, dude, I had like 4 ounces of visceral fat. There was something ridiculously low, well under a pound. Coach, you do strike me as someone who doesn't know what it's like to be the small, but I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, people thought I lifted as a teenager, and then I was over 300. So I dropped down to 170. I was 170 after losing like 150 or whatever as a distance runner, not even touching weights. And I started lifting, and within 2 years, I was 195. You guys saw that picture I put of the Polaroid. Like, I was 2 years of lifting. And I was already benching like 300, squatting 400, pulling 500. Within a couple of years of starting working out. Those are like per 2-year marks for me. That was still natty. No, I don't like the bench press personally. It's silly. There's no point. Just bench press or incline at that point. Dingleberry fit young man. Right? I don't know. I'm young. I was in my 40s already for those DEXAs. How old are you, Dingleberry? Man, I'm about to be 49, coming up before the end of the year. What's up, Merrick? Appreciate the love on Facebook. Why are the views down here? We're not getting many. Get them likes up. Get those comments up. Hopefully we'll get more in. I think we had stronger views in the run. You're 48? Are you 48, Dingleberry? Or are you quoting me? Okay. He's being a Dingleberry. Dingleberry, don't act like a Dingleberry. Well, I'll have to quit saying 48 once I turn 49, won't we? You guys do know that's for marketing, by the way. That gets me clients. Like I don't care what anyone else thinks. I had someone who's like, you're using it as an excuse. I'm like, no, dude, I'm using it for marketing. You know how many 40-year-old dudes who are feeling weak and falling apart see what I'm doing with that age tag and do consultations with me? Like it literally pays. That age pays the bills. Hey, Luke, I don't answer questions like that, but obviously that's a really weird question. Sorry, I'm just going to skip on that. So laughing at me, somebody did the same. He got bored doing a few videos on YouTube. Yeah, we don't do political stuff. Like, what do you mean you can't forbid? Like, that's illegal. Like, you're asking, yeah. It doesn't work that way here, dude. I don't think you understand where I live. All right. No one has a problem with that. There's plenty of dudes in there who lift and work 5 days a week. Well, I work 7 days a week. But no, it definitely gives me clients because I am an aberration with what I do at this age is a statistical anomaly. So me actually advertising the age is good marketing, really good marketing because it's unusual, right? Just like Michael Hearn's stuff is next tier up, for him to do what he does at his age is pretty much unheard of. Like I'm a statistical anomaly, but he is like he's like a unique case. pretty much. That's like one of a kind. I'm just absurdly rare. His situation's kind of unique. To have that strength and that physique at that age, he's probably like the only human being that pulled it off that we know of out there. You know, whereas for me, there's a few dozen probably or more who are still doing that, maybe 100. But it's just rare. It's rare enough to market it. Not saying it's only that low, but it's just a statistical anomaly. Should just saw you work on your head press, going to try to work back to 225 strict standing again. Yeah, man, it's going to take me some time, dude. I'm going to work at it though. Like I want to set it as a serious goal. Again, it's going to be about getting that bicep inflammation down, getting the mobility and range of motion restored. And if I can do that, I know that I'll be able to do that again, right? It's within me to do so. Do squats put on muscle? In theory, yeah, they should. Luke, well, what are you defining as blasting? I think you have misconceptions about what you think I used compared to the average guy. You're used to seeing guys who use grams and grams a year. Like, you know, I mean, Jerry Ward admitted to 2 gram blasts all the time, for example. Like, I've never done anything that extreme. So just an FYI. Piana doing 5 grams, Eric Kaneski doing 7 grams. Like that's really normal out there. But I'm not going to do a lot of gear chat stuff because we're also on Facebook. And so because I'm streaming multiple platforms right now, I'm not going to go into those conversations. Sorry. But no, you're thinking of the aging, you're thinking of fake tans combined with people doing large amounts. And particularly if they crash their E2, right? What do you mean 600 is not modest? Human clinical trials show 600 is fairly safe. It's been tested, like that's within the ethical allowed testing in America in studies. We literally have ethics approved 600 milligram, 20-week long studies in healthy men in the United States that the ethics board approved. Are you not aware of this? If you're not going to look, there's been multiple studies done. Fully ethically allowed, not considered a problem. None of them had any health problems as a result. Their blood work stayed reasonable. Yeah. But, no. High dose, I'm going to say anything over 1 gram. I mean, depending on what you're talking about. But I mean, we're in a world where it's all grams, dude. I've met men's physique guys using 2 grams. I've met guys who compete at 170 who use 2 grams. And I'm not messing with you. I'm not kidding. I don't do politics, Dingleberry. So, but no, I think 500 is reasonable. Like I'd say to most guys out there, there's probably no reason for you to ever go over 500. Unless you're going to be a serious competitor, in which case you're going to be in the grams. Yeah, Dallas McCarver was on like 10 grams test based on his autopsy. So, I mean, Luke, you've had literal YouTubers admit to stuff 2 grams, 5 grams, 7 grams, 13 grams per week. So do you see why maybe your perspective is skewed? So, I mean, the Jerry Ward stack that I, showed before, Jerry was on 2 grams a week, plus growth hormone, plus IGF-1. all at the same time, right? They just have bad genetics. They don't seem very, no. Maybe you've seen too many people with great genetics who use specific cosmetic drugs. Like, I'm going to be honest, dude, no one's going to have that crazy impressive physique on a test. Like, I think that's a misconception. Like, what you guys are thinking of is that polished, super physique doesn't come from tests. Like, if you think you're just going to run a bunch of tests and get that, even it's not going to happen. You have to be a genetic freak for that to happen. And they are out there. But there's a lot of other stuff that people use to give them that way more polished look that you're thinking of as impressive. You know. Yeah. So, but again, let's hop over to non-gear talk, guys. All right. I meant much more strength, just overall size. Yeah. Go ahead, use this as a T3 that must shut down later cancer. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so a lot of these guys are walking chemistry experiments, you know. Oh, man. But I would say to most guys, man, you don't even need gear. I mean, unless you're trying to reach a certain level. The average guy really doesn't even need it, honestly. Yeah, look, but that tells you how insane it's getting to where when people are called, but it's not. That's lying. So if someone's on 500 tests and they're calling it TRT, that's called lying, right? So if they're calling it TRT, that's like someone taking a dog and calling it a cat, and you believing them. Well, no, they're just lying. Like, that's clearly not a cat. It's a German Shepherd. Objectively, no, there's no debate about it. Popular Influencer put out an argument on why hard is Natty. I was laughing my head off. Oh gosh, which influencer was this? It is a definite, you know. I mean, it's just an objectively false statement. Mendez cartel. So I just don't have time for that nonsense. Why hard? Just stop, guys. Just stop. Oh man. Yeah, being 2,000 nanograms, it's not TRT. So if you're above 1,000 nanograms per deciliter, if you're outside the reference range, you can't technically claim TRT. You can claim I'm getting prescription blast, I'm legal. So they should just say my doctor prescribes it, and if their doctor is, then they're fine. But they're not on TRT. You know. All right. Feel sorry for all the people in gear, gym, young kids with gyno. Yeah, but most guys with gyno didn't get it from gear, to be honest. Obesity causes way more gyno than gear. To be fair, obesity is the primary cause of gyno in young men. There's 1,000 cases of obesity causing gyno for every case of steroids. So if you see even a young man who was fat and got lean, if he has gyno, that's not indicative of gear use. That just meant he was fat at one time. "25% of American men have gyno. 25%. Jesus, these people don't know what they're doing, really, and shouldn't be in it in the first place. Yeah, I agree. Hey, man, how much protein and 500 calories? Your protein needs don't change. Well, yeah, if you're losing weight faster, you're probably going to need to take it up. But why are you losing weight faster than you're stopping? Keep in mind, you're also not going to be able to train as hard if you're losing weight faster. And if you're then replacing more carbs and other stuff with more protein, your training is going to decline, even though you may be trying to hold on to muscle. But there's there's no real evidence really found that taking protein beyond the normal recommendations for gaining muscle helps you retain it on a cut, other than maybe contest prep. Eric Helms and stuff showed it might for guys who are getting contest shredded, naturals who are getting contest shredded, right? The protein overfeeding can help with thermogenesis a bit and nutrient partitioning. But I mean, look, we saw with the same 200 grams the protein you've been eating to get big will keep your muscle while you're losing. But don't lose fast. There's your solution too. All right, hop back over to YouTube. We had a bunch of stuff. Now I didn't see all that stuff with Matt Porter. He was really trying to live this when he died. I'm not aware of that. Some high school kids are lactating from trendies. Yeah, Trend has its own problems. Jason, many believe Goggins is a bad influence because he promotes training when it's slightly injured. Your thoughts? I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think Goggins goes too overboard and it can get people hurt and he gets hurt. But I can appreciate his mindset while at the same time saying, don't imitate this, guys. Don't imitate what he's doing, while at the same time going, the dude's mindset is kind of next level. I respect the mindset while at the same time going, don't imitate him. Jason has never touched it, always found it interesting. Yeah. Pubertal gyno was common. That's where the name gyno originated exactly. Jay says, I've said the same thing myself. I think he's a good motivator for people to push themselves, but he is legitimately crazy and has a self-harm training philosophy. Yeah, I'm going to kind of agree with that. Oh, it's all good, Mustafa. At least you're in here now, man. I want to get to no, dude, your same protein that got you big will be fine for 8 to 9% body fat, Mustafa. Yeah, he's got himself hurt. He really has. Thanks for answering, Jason. You're welcome. All right, I'll drop the subject, but to be clear, I mean, I think 600 milligrams is not small, despite being small, but standard people use last 1 to 3 grams and eat McDonald's and fluff and pump. Yeah, true. There's something really off with the guy, and he has a lot of stories he's talked about showing he has some weird insecurity. Yeah, I'm not familiar with all Goggins' stories and stuff. Thank you, bro. Mustafa, so I can eat mostly more fiber and carbs and just gonna eat. Yeah, it's fine, dude. I mean, as long as you're hitting the 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight and protein, you should be good there, as long as some of it is animal source. You know. Dale Clark, there's something really, I agree. I've seen a video of Goggins recently where he asked if he believed in Jesus Christ, and Goggins answered with an aggressively and swearing, what? Goggins pushing Andrew to and other grifters. Well, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, you guys know I don't like Tate, honestly. I don't like Andrew Tate. I'm going to really push the calories. All of it animal source of reps, Davidson minerals, maybe. Yeah, we saw that should be fine for cutting, dude. I mean, you're a lean dude naturally. You're a skinny guy naturally. So as long as you're keeping protein and training on point, the appetite is not a huge deal for you, obviously. But that should work fine, Mustafa. I mean, keep in mind, you already have abs. You know, you're already pretty lean, but I do get you're trying to go the next tier down. I remember watching him years ago, really sad. You get the feeling he does it all for his attention. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Are you talking about Tate or are you talking about Goggins? But you never know what someone's motivation is, right? You can guess what someone's motivation is, but we never truly know what another human being's motive is for stuff. Just keep that in mind, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Goggins is a scammer, but I think he gets too extreme out there. It's hilarious when someone says that Tate gives bad advice, but he also gives good advice about exercise. Like, okay, get the advice from one of the 100 million people who give bad, basically. Exactly. Does Tate even give good exercise advice? I mean, realistically, come on. Yeah, I think many people would agree with Jason Goggins is a great motivator. He gets people off the couch, but I believe working out. I mean, you can still go hard without getting hurt like he does, right? Getting ready for a photo shoot, that's where you wouldn't be cutting. I get it, Mustafa, right? I get it. I mean, cutting for a photo shoot, possible money involved, business. No, I get it, dude. He basically says eating healthy. Hold on. All right. Good time out. He says eating healthy and exercising is good for you. That's it. Well, come on. Doesn't the guy smoke cigars and stuff on camera? He is just. Why would anyone take fitness advice from someone who smokes cigars? All right, Coach. A lot of rhabdomyolysis cases around where I live with the recent boom in fitness. People just want fast results and no rest days. I mean, I do cardio every day. Police officers, I seem to struggle to maintain 8 to 9%. If it's too lean, then it's too lean for you. Don't maintain it. Do it for photo shoots. Like, you don't have to be 8 to 9%. You have a six-pack year round from what I can see, dude. Right? So you're good, man. How hard are people going to get rehab dough? I've never had rehab dough. I've literally had serious overtraining symptoms, but I've never had rehab dough. He thinks it's fine since he doesn't inhale, I guess. Yeah. He never exactly. Most of the people that fanboy these influencers and all that are just naive, in my opinion, like the people who obsess about rich PR. Yeah, exactly. It's just silly. It's silly to fanboy to that extreme. Mustafa said, you look good too, bro. No homer. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, brother. We're going to shut this down here in a couple of minutes, though. We just need to hit the hour mark. Yeah. I mean, people, they fanboy too hard. It's unwarranted. I just assume they're teenagers, but it's cringy to see an adult like that with these injuries. Dude, they'll be 35 years old doing it. As soon as, a doctor I work with does ultra marathons, and she has only had rehab dough once. Right, as an ultra marathoner. Coach, what things are no-goes apart from smoking? Do you not take their fitness serious? I mean, I don't even like the idea of alcohol in moderation, but if they definitely get drunk, that's absolutely a no-go. They are not serious about their fitness. Someone who gets intoxicated, even once a month, like a serious drinking, dude, they need to just not pretend to be part of fitness. They sure as hell shouldn't be putting out telling other people how to be fit. That's a no-go. I'm going to say if you use Tren, I mean, you go hard on the gear. I mean, but even if you use Tren or you use insulin, maybe you need to stop with fitness advice. I mean, I can get a little test of growth hormone, but when you're taking the really stuff that really, really hurts people, they just need to stop. That's their fitness advice is not fitness. Smoking, definitely. I don't know what else. Like an adult wearing a 5% shirt, yeah. Fangirling, got to keep up with their drama, right? Like literally caring about their lives that much. Ridiculous. I can't wait for the vlogs. Really enjoying the vlogs. Appreciate it, Mustafa. We're having fun with them too. I'm enjoying the full body again. I'm going back to my roots. I'm gonna go ahead and wind these down though, guys. Let me in the Facebook. So I'm out of here, Mustafa. Take care, brother. Is it going to let me turn it into a reel? It might let me create a reel. All right. So I'm going to pedal a few more minutes while I make a reel. I think I need one more reel. Caption your reel. We will do that. See if it'll do that. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wind down the YouTube. Also, love you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.